Welcome to the Billiard University, which offers assessment tools, a rating system, and learning resources to help graduate your game to the next level. This is one in a series of 6 online videos that guide you through the BU training and diploma process. Exam 2 includes 10 drills that test important skills including position control and strategy, safety play, kick and bank shots, jacked up shots, jump shots, and the break. The first drill is the classic line of balls drill. As with all of the Exam 2 drills, the difficulty level and number of available points varies with the exam level. For this drill, the bachelor's level exam has fewer balls with larger gaps, and the master's and doctorate level exams have more balls closer together. The goal is to run out the balls in order, starting with cue ball in hand. The score for the drill is the number of balls pocketed before a miss. You get 2 attempts at the drill and use the highest score. Here I pocketed all 7 balls for the maximum score on the first attempt, so I don't need to use the second attempt. The second drill is the classic rail cut shot drill. Here you can pocket the balls in any order, starting with ball in hand. As with the last drill, you get 2 attempts. Again, since I pocketed all of the balls on the first attempt, I can skip the second. The third drill is a collection of 3 9-ball run-out patterns. Starting with ball in hand, you need to pocket the balls in order. You get 1 point for each ball pocketed before missing, and the score for the drill is the total of the 2 lowest scores on the 3 patterns. Here's the first pattern. Unfortunately, I took the 5-ball shot for granted and didn't plan for position on the 6 as carefully as I should have. I went a little long, and this causes me to work too hard on the next shot, which I miss. Don't do this when you take the exams. Because I made only the first 2 balls, the score for the first pattern is 2. Here's the second 9-ball pattern. Pocketing all 6 balls gives a score of 6. Here's the third and final 9-ball pattern. With this pattern, it is helpful to break up the 7-8 cluster with the 5-ball shot. My scores for the three patterns were 2, 6, and 6, so my score for the drill is 8, the sum of the two lowest. The fourth drill is a collection of 3 8-ball patterns. Starting with ball in hand, the goal is to run out the stripes for each pattern. If you pocket all 6 balls, the score is 6. Here's the second 8-ball pattern. Some of the 8-ball patterns include obstacle solids that can make the run out more challenging. You are allowed to bump into these balls, but in general it's best if you don't. I wanted to leave an angle on this shot to get a good approach into the 8-ball shot, but I didn't. Here I plan to draw back to and off the side rail, but I stroke it poorly with elbow drop and don't hit the cue ball as low as I was aiming. That forces me to attempt a difficult straight back bank using fast speed to help avoid a double kiss, and I missed the shot. Because I missed the last ball, the score for this pattern is a 5. Here's the third and final 8-ball pattern. My scores for the 3 patterns were 6, 5, and 6, so my score for the drill is 11, the sum of the two lowest. The 5th drill tests safety play. The goal is to hide the 1 ball from the cue ball using the cluster of 9 balls as blockers. You are allowed to contact the rack of balls, but all of them must remain within or overlapping the rectangle target. You get 2 attempts from each of the 5 cue ball positions. It is important to be able to make adjustments if the first attempt is off. In this case, I just need a little less speed. Here, I came up well short on the first attempt and decided to try a different line into the cluster off 3 rails. Unfortunately, I'm way off on the angle and it doesn't work out. I probably should have just stuck with the first route with a little more speed. I guess I ate too much Wheaties for breakfast because I was hammering all of these shots. Don't do this when you take the exam. Remember, you are allowed to bump into the obstacle balls as long as they all remain within or overlapping the outer edge of the target. Hammered it again. Well, that was very poor for me. I succeeded on only 5 of the 10 shots. I guess I need to practice my safeties and speed control a little more. The 6th drill deals with kick shots. For the first 4 shots from the fixed cue ball position, the goal is to kick at each of the 4 object balls. You get a point for each successful kick. On the fifth shot, with ball in hand, the goal is to kick 2 rails at the 1-ball position. I hit each ball and got rail contact without scratching, so I get all 5 points. The 7th drill deals with bank shots. The goal is to bank the object ball cross-side from each of the 5 cue ball positions. This drill can be very difficult if you haven't practiced it much. Hopefully, you do better than 1 out of 5. The 8th drill deals with jacked up shots, where the butt of the cue must be elevated to clear over a cushion or an obstacle ball. You get a point for pocketing the object ball for each of the 5 shots shown here. Four out of 5 ain't too bad on this drill, but practice makes perfect. The 9th drill involves clearing an obstacle ball either with a jump or masse shot. You get 5 attempts to pocket the 1 ball without disturbing the obstacle ball. You get a point for each successful attempt. Scratches are allowed. The jump shot is an important skill in modern pool, but if you don't have the necessary equipment or experience yet, you have the option to curve the cue ball with a masse shot instead. However, the jump shot is much easier once you learn the technique. These 5 points should be automatic if you've practiced your jump shot. The 10th and final drill deals with the break shot. You break a 9-ball rack 3 times and get a point for each of the following: not scratching, keeping the cue ball from contacting a cushion, keeping the cue ball within the center 4x4 diamond target zone, pocketing 1 or more balls, sending 3 or more balls above the head string and/or into pockets. Your score for the drill is the middle value of the 3 individual rack scores. In that break, I got all 5 points. I didn't scratch, the cue ball didn't hit a cushion, the cue ball remained in the center 4 diamond square, I pocketed a ball, and 2 object balls went above the head string in addition to the pocketed ball. In that break, I lost the cue ball a little. It hit a cushion, and it didn't remain in the target zone. I got the other 3 points, though. That one would have been a 5, but the cue ball barely touched the side rail for a 4. The 3 rack scores were 5, 3, and 4, so the score for the drill is 4, the middle value. Totaling up the Exam 2 drill scores gives me a 61.
Pretty good, except for those banks. In that first 9-ball run. Go for it.
After taking both exams, your BU score is the sum of the 2 exam scores. I ended up with a 135. That rates my skill level as an advanced level 2 player and qualifies me for a Master of Pool with Honors diploma. If you want to see the full unedited exams in real time, you can view them on the BU website. Each exam takes about 40 to 60 minutes to complete. We wish you luck with the BU exams, and we hope the process helps you bring your game to the next level.